Chomp chomp, munch munch. Seconds! Hey everybody, welcome back to If My Heart Had Wings. In the last episode, we had extreme sadness, but also extreme hope. Because even though all of Amane's hopes and dreams were crushed last episode, we also inspired a new hope that we will crush the crushed dreams so they never were crushed in the first place, or something like that. I don't know how that better way to word that. But anyways, in today's episode, we're about to deal with the morning glory. At least I'm assuming it's the first thing we're going to do right now. The last thing that happened was the signs of the morning glory being on the next day happened. So y'all ready to go flying a little bit? I believe we are on the fast track to being done with Amane's path as well. So we'll see how long that takes me. I plan on trying to sit here and finish it right now. So, let's eat.
あんたよく食べるわね。腹が減っては戦はできぬよ。それに言いたいことみんな言ったらお腹空いちゃって。
You get hungry at weird times, girl. You should hurry up and eat too, Agatha. Then we'll take a bath in turns. Oh, they're gonna say, well, I'll take a bath together. You guys don't mind, right?
はーい。ドキドキするね、ゆりちゃん。
I like that we're like on extreme close-up mode right now too. Everybody's right in our goddamn grill.
そうね。まさか本当に来るなんてね。イスカさんじゃないけど、正直あまり期待してなかったわ。私。きっと先輩たちが頑張ってたからだよ。そのご褒美なんじゃないかな。非科学的を通り越してメルヘンね。
Fairy tales do come true! After we had returned from the runway, we prepared dinner in a hurry. A sign had appeared. The morning glory was coming the next morning. To get ready for it, we decided to go to bed early and get up before dawn.
ごちそうさま。私もごちそうさま。おたり、お風呂行こう。おお、お風呂、お風呂。私たちも行きます。あまねちゃんも行こうよ。
Damn, everybody's gonna have a bath together? Are they gonna give us like another sexy time bath scene right now with all the girls at once? That'd be interesting. Don't blink!
私は後にするよ。
Oh, come on!
食べ終わるの待ってるわよ。いや、いいんだ。先に入っててくれ。
Oh, she's got ideas. I know what's gonna happen. While everybody else is in the bath, they will be distracted just long enough for us to do something in the meantime.
でも、ほら行くよ、小鳥。
Agatha forcibly pushed Katori's wheelchair.
押さないで。二人きりにさせてあげましょう。
Exactly.
あ、そっか。じゃあね、葵。
After winking at me, Agatha led Katori and the others out of the dining hall. After everyone left, it suddenly got quiet. Also, sorry if you can kind of hear air in my room. I have the fan on. It's starting to get a little warmer these days, so just putting that out there that you may hear like an extra like brushing of air against my mic at all times. It's just because I have the ceiling fan on. But anyway, Senpai was eating very daintily as if she had forgotten her usual hearty way of eating. You don't like it?
そんなことないぞ。すごく美味しい。
Damn right it is.
ただ、いろいろありすぎて胸がいっぱいなんだ。
I can understand that. Senpai put down her chopsticks with a troubled expression. Senpai, your hand.
あ、これか。
Yeah, you're busy mashing a rock against our goddamn glider. It better be fine, damn it. There was a scratch on her palm. She probably got it when she was grasping that stone and hitting the wing.
あの時はありがとう、葵くん。おかげで取り返しのつかないことにならずに。
Yeah, if you would have fucked up our dreams, we would have fucked up your dreams. Not that you have any, but I didn't say that. The wing that Amane Senpai had hit was fine. There were some scratches on the paint on the surface, but there weren't any cracks. As Agatha said, if they broke merely from Amane Senpai's weak little hits, they wouldn't be suitable for flying to begin with. Gliders aside, FRP is also used to make the hulls of fishing boats and such. If it's made properly, it's not something that would break so easily. I sat next to Senpai and held her scratched up hand. Don't be so reckless, your hands are precious. They can create plenty of things in the future. Also, You can use them for things. She nodded and rested her head against my chest.
この手紙が出てきたのが今日でよかった。
Is it though? Why's that?
もしイスカがいなくなった時に読んでいたら私は立ち直れなかっただろう。
I guess that's sad, but probably, huh? I wouldn't have thought about it that way. If Iska was dead and she read that, that might have been fucked up because then she couldn't prove her wrong.
今だからこうしていられる。
I guess that's good.
葵くんやみんながいてくれる今だから。
Senpai. I held Senpai in my arms as gently as I could.
葵くん、スタールどこ？ねえ、葵くん、どうしたの、小鳥？
Kotori and Nagaho, who peeked into the dining hall, froze in place. Oh? Oh?
これまた失礼しました。
You
葵くん、
didn't...
小鳥。
I mean, all you caught was me, you know, holding her head. It ain't that weird. I guess the PDA thing in Japan is a little weird. People have been explaining this to me since I've been playing stuff like Yakuza. But yeah, the public displays of affection, not big in Japan. They're like, oh, sorry, didn't mean to disturb you, even though all you're really doing is, you know, sitting here holding... You're not doing anything sensual. You're just chilling right next to each other. Anyway. They ran away all flustered. You ain't seen nothing yet, babies.
やっぱお付き合いしてるとああいうことするんだ。
She didn't believe that when people go out, they actually hold each other. It's crazy. Their excited voices resounded from the hall. They're definitely going to talk about it in the bath.
私は後から入ることにするよ。
Alright, fine. That said, we really were holding each other. Okay, then. And bath time scene. No, I'm just kidding. 4 a.m. No, we're going right into morning glory time. Don't be too loud. We got up while it was dark and we were walking quietly to the runway.
寒いです。明け方とはいえ、すごくひんやりしてるわね。それもモーニンググローリーの特徴よ。
Gotta be cold and it's gotta be purple. We recognize the cold air as a sign of the morning glory.
わあ。
And Hat, you're not invited.
あと、あんた起きてきちゃったの？かか。葵くん、あとも一緒に行きたい。
He's not invited. He's only gonna get in the way and we're gonna run his ass over or something. It's fine as long as he doesn't get in the way. Yeah, exactly.
あと、いいって。その代わり、おとなしくしてなさいよ。かか。
Well then, let's go. Let's get flying, baby. I'm excited.
先に水気を拭き取って。
The runway that got wet during the rain was surrounded by damp, thick air. We brought all the towels and washcloths we had in the dorm and started wiping down the surface of the glider.
すごい湿気だ。
Oh yeah? Won't you say the word moisture a few more times? Even just wiping it lightly made the towels heavy.
昨日雨に濡れちゃったしね。
Oh yeah, duh.
私のせいだ。
You damn right it is, Senpai. Not really. You didn't make it rain.
違いますって。先輩、落ち込まないで。
Yeah, exactly. Just chillax. It's all good.
ちゃんのドジくらい、いくらでも私らがカバーしてあげるんだから。気にしなくていいわ。
So feel free to be as clumsy as you want.
わわ。でもこれ、綺麗に拭くの大変じゃないですか？乾かす必要はないのよ。表面の水分が落とせれば。
Something like that.
それだけでも結構な重さになっちゃうからね。そのまま飛ぶわけにはいかないのよ。あ、そっか。
Even if it's only a thin layer of moisture, I could feel its weight after wiping it with a towel. And that moisture was covering the entire fuselage of the huge aircraft. Since this is a glider that flies through the sky, this weight cannot be ignored.
夏場でよかったわね。冬なら凍ってたかも。ピトー管とか詰まっちゃってたかもね。よーし、そろそろいいかな。じゃあ、発行準備始めるよ。
Agatha took the lead and we started pre-takeoff check. We were especially thorough with checking everything today. Amane Senpai was watching all of this from a little distance. What's the matter, Senpai? She looked uneasy. Are you afraid to fly? She shook her head. Then she peered up at me from below.
私も本当に感動できるだろうか。
Well, if you're not, at least you can say you did it. Huh?
私は心に欠陥を持っている。人と同じように感じることのできない人間だろう。もし何も感じなかったらと思うと怖いんだ。
Senpai. Don't worry about it. Isuka-san promised to take Amane Senpai above those clouds. And apparently she said this. You'll definitely be moved. Be deeply moved. For Senpai, those words were part of the promise. Yesterday, she looked anxious when we were going through our flight plan. She might have been worrying about that then, too. What if I don't feel anything after reaching it? That's probably what she was thinking. That would mean the promise hadn't been fulfilled, that it really was a lie. You won't find out if you don't go there. Yeah.
葵君、
As I said this dismissively, Senpai was a little shocked. However, I quickly smiled. But I'm not worried, because you always say the food I make is so delicious. Just like everyone else.
葵君の手料理は美味しいぞ。そんなの当たり前のことだ。
As Senpai insisted, I couldn't help but laugh. I don't think your heart is defective, Senpai. There are just some things you don't understand.
知らないこ
Isuka-san taught you about many of them. That's why you liked her, right? Then let's try to go there, above those clouds. There's no reason to worry about it now.
と。あ、
Senpai nodded and she looked a little relieved.
葵、天音先輩、コックピットお願いします。
Kokopito! Got it.
今行く。
Alright. We're doing it, baby. We're doing it! And we're going with Amane Senpai. Hell yeah. That's exciting. And the morning comes. Around the time the takeoff preparations were finished, the sky started lighting up a little.
あれがそうなのかな。薄くシル
Oh
エ
yeah.
ットが見える。
Look at that sky. You can already see it, baby. The sky was still dark. Even if the clouds appeared, we couldn't see them with the naked eye.
予兆もあったし、風も出てきてる。間違いないでしょ。さあ飛ぶわよ。みんな配置について。
Everyone, assume the position! At Agaha's command, all members rushed to their positions. While Katori and Asachan were heading over to the winch, Yorochan checked the towing rope and attached it to the glider.
夜明けまで45分ってところか。間に合うよね。
Yeah, we should manage.
葵君、私が前でいいのか？
Yeah, it's easier to see from there, right? It's my mission to bring you above those clouds.
見やすい分、こうなんだ。
That's alright. You'll be fine. Then close your eyes for now.
もしもし、聞こえる？ウインチ、いつでも行けるわ。
I could hear Katori's voice through the radio.
平行策の接続も確認。ラジャー。じゃあ行くわよ。
Alright, baby.
よろしくね。
We got this. We going flying. For the umpteenth time, but this time, it's the only one that matters. For this path. Agaha said quietly so that only I could hear. Then she closed the canopy from outside. The gusting wind was cut off and it suddenly turned quiet. Relax, Senpai. Agaha lifted up the tip of the wing that was propped on the ground. She looked our way for confirmation. Senpai, are you ready?
いいぞ。
Agaha, we're good to go. As I said that, I gave her the thumbs up. When she saw that, Agaha returned the gesture.
ランウェイズクリア。小鳥、上げて。
Alright, and we go! At Agaha's signal, the winch started up. The aircraft was pulled forwards and started accelerating. The wheels left the ground and our speed increased even more. We're ascending! I pulled the control stick back and the aircraft descended. The glider flew towards the dawning sky. I thought that said the damned sky. I can read. It flew towards the damn sky. At an altitude of around 300 meters, the towing rope was disconnected. The wings caught the wind and the glider began to fly on its own. This would be more exciting if I hadn't already done this before, with a much more emotional, crazy, setting with the whole, oh, we don't have the winch, how are we going to launch? And that whole drama. That was way more drama and exciting than this is. Not that this isn't cool to, finally take Amane there especially, But just saying, there's a lot less drama going on right now, so it's just like, let's take a money there, yay! Alright, not to downplay this, because this is still nice. Were we caught in a crosswind? A sudden rough gust of wind hit the side of the aircraft. I frantically squeezed the control stick and stabilized the glider. Senpai, are you alright? It was probably the influence of the morning glory, but the atmospheric conditions were incredibly rough. However, because of that, we could gain a lot of height if we managed to ride the winds well. The night sky was pitch dark. If I was careless, I could lose my sense of what was left and right, or even up and down. Senpai, could you keep an eye on the meters? Alright. When your vision isn't effective, you rely on the meters. Reading them can tell us if the aircraft is level, it's not suddenly losing altitude, and it's not slipping or skidding. In extreme cases, you can fly even if you don't see the surroundings at all. I had to watch out for the crosswind and give my full attention to piloting, though, so it would be a relief if Senpai kept an eye on the meters. Roger that. We're heading for Mount Sukube. It's located behind the school north of Kazagara. I leaned the control stick left and stepped on the rudder pedal to correct our flight path. At the same time, I checked the lights on the ground. Oh, that light here, it's the convenience store in our neighborhood. That means the lights stretching out over there are... For today's flight, I checked the locations of all sources of light that are lit 24 hours a day and lined them up with a map. Kazagara is quite developed. Aside from convenience stores, there are also gas stands, billboards, 24-hour supermarkets, etc. Even at this early hour, the city was lit up. The lights that were going in almost a straight line was the main road. See, rewind one more second. In the Kotori path, like I said, there was a lot more drama because we couldn't see shit, so all the people that were watching held up the fucking glow sticks to help us see. So it was much more drama and heartfelt togetherness going on. Like the entire community was helping us out here. This one is just like, we're realizing our dream, we're doing it, nobody even blocked us, let's go. Like, this is more of the, less drama filled, oh, there's been drama, don't get me wrong with the whole Iisuka thing and the Mane and all that, but just a different kind of drama. Streetlights were lined up along the road leading towards Kifu Academy. If we follow those lights, we don't need to worry about going the wrong way, even when it's dark. Relying on the lights on the ground as our landmarks, compass, and meters, we headed for Mount Sukube. Alright. Good job, Duck! You did it! They will have their moment. Certainly hope so. Shut up, Asa. You don't know. Damn right. Aoi-kun never does anything wrong. That is kind of true. Every time Aoi did anything, he never really fucked it up. That's an interesting thing. No drama actually happened to Aoi himself. Well, barely any anyways. He may not look like it. That's fucked up. I thought we were friends. Dang, aren't you supposed to be bro and sis? I mean, sis and sis? Sorry. Quack, quack. Alright. Quack, quack. Came through quacking. Quack, quack. Whoa! What? A sudden gust of wind almost tipped the aircraft over, but I managed to level it. Well, what was that? Is that good? The glider climbed up. That must be good. We'd entered the updraft. However, that updraft was unstable. The glider shook like a small boat floating through raging waves. Damn this wind! I gripped the control stick and stepped on the rudder pedal to somehow manage the wind. But, Demo... Oh, whoa! Suddenly my body felt light. We were falling. The aircraft started nosediving.
ここを気流側に入ったんだ。
I'll get us out. I turned the aircraft around and somehow escaped from the downward air current. Nice word. That was close.
わかったぞ。
You'll be fine, Amane. I got you. I leveled the glider in an area with more stable air currents. Right now, we were below the mountain wave that formed above Mount Sukube. I tried to enter the rotor wind from here. The rotor wind is an air current that is created between mountain waves. Between the ascending and descending winds of mountain waves are air currents that spin like rotors. If we entered the updraft in an air current like that, beyond it should be the ascending part of the mountain wave. But because there are turbulences, those air currents are unstable, and right beyond their highest parts are equally strong downward currents. Just now, we flew past the ascending part and reached the down part, or downdraft, whatever. Got it. So hard to explain.
だいぶロスしたぞ。
Nuh-uh. The next time we get caught up in the downdraft, we're out. If we fall low enough to not be able to reach the rotor winds, it'll be hard to get back here again. Just getting into the rotor wind requires quite a bit of technique. Moving from there into the mountain wave will be fairly difficult as well. But I got the hang of it now. It's just like in your simulator. As expected, the simulator that Amane Senpai made was top-notch. Even though there were no actual physical sensations, it was very close to the real thing. All the time I spent practicing on the computer should come in handy. I'm going in again. I got this. I turned the aircraft around and headed to where we just were. I circled around the downdraft and looked for the updraft that should be on the opposite side. Its opposite side. Where is it? Whoa! Oh? The aircraft shook unnaturally. The tip of the left wing was pushed up by the updraft. I found it! I tilted the control stick to the left and flew into the invisible pillar of air. Whoosh, baby! Our aircraft was suddenly lifted up. It was climbing higher, and I could feel the vertical G-force with my body. A little later, there was a reaction on the barometer.
乗ったみたいだ。
Sweet! Alright. I turned the aircraft carefully, taking care not to fly into the downdraft again. However, the ascending part of the rotor wind wasn't steady at all. It was difficult to stabilize the aircraft in that. Crap, this wind! I clutched the control stick like I was riding a wild horse. Although it was extremely uncomfortable, the glider continued ascending rapidly. Oh.
葵君、あれを。
Oh. Senpai was looking up from the cockpit of the furiously shaking glider. Oh. The sky was glimmering faintly. Dawn was near. Then a huge long silhouette appeared on the faintly lit sky. A pitch-black band that cut across the sky and split it in two. Oh. The morning glory, baby. Chill. It was so huge that I lost my sense of perspective. It was beyond my imagination. We're aiming for that? Even after coming this far, it felt like a ridiculous challenge. But on the other hand, I also thought this. It's right before our eyes. And we're going. The shadow of that enormous cloud seemed like a harbinger of cataclysm. With that ahead of us, Amane Senpai's expression became anxious. Senpai? It's almost time. I'm gonna take you over there! Alright. The glider rode the violent and turbulent air, climbing high into the sky.
見てください。空にシルエットが。何あれ。嘘。あんなに大きいの。
Oh, it's that big. I'm not talking about the morning glory. Nuh-uh.
写真だと一部しかわからなかったけど。
Okay.
モーニンググローリー。
Hell yeah.
わ
Quack, quack.
去年の夏、あの丘で見た雲よりはるかに大きいわ。本当にあの雲の上を渡るんですか？もう夜明けまで時間がない。もしもし、葵、聞こえる？
This is Aoi.
もう夜が明けるわよ。今どのあたり？
We're climbing in the rotor wind right now. We're almost, in the mountain wave.
順調なのね。
Yeah, somehow.
かなり苦しそう。葵先輩、 聞こえる？空見て、空。見ているよ。ここからならよく見える。大きいな。今からあれに乗るのよ。しっかり楽しんできてね。後で感想聞かせてもらうから。分かった。いいな、あまねちゃん。
And to think in the other timeline, Katori did the flying over it and everything. Anyway, it's almost time. I'm gonna take you over there. We were still in turbulent air for a while after Aoi-kun had said that. The aircraft was shaking violently. I felt like I would get sick if I stayed here any longer. Oh, this must be from Amane's perspective. Senpai, are you alright? Just a little longer, I think. The glider was gaining a lot of altitude by riding the rotor wind. Like Aoi-kun said, we should reach the mountain wave before long. Just when I thought that, the aircraft's rate of climb decreased. Since I was the one watching the meters, I told Aoi-kun about it. That means... Alright. Aoi-kun checked our bearing. The updraft of the mountain wave was in the opposite direction from the rotor wind. We're switching to the mountain wave, baby! Let's go. Aoi-kun tilted the control stick and stepped on the pedal. The aircraft started turning. And after we flew for a while... Oh? The surroundings suddenly calmed down, as if the air had completely stopped and gone still. And then, the glider's climbing. Looks like we're in the mountain wave. Oh yeah. Kick ass. Kick ass. The insides of the mountain wave were like a soundless world. Also, there was almost no vibration at all. It carried the glider high into the sky. This lift is amazing. This is the first time I've experienced something like that. It was a very mysterious experience. To feel like that while flying through the sky. Sorry, I don't know what the hell I was thinking that said. In the meantime, the sky was getting brighter and brighter. We're gonna do it, dude. The clouds we were aiming for were getting closer. That enormous silhouette had an odd presence, almost as if it had been there since long ago. It felt as if I had saw something terrifying in those jet black shadows stretching far beyond my field of vision. The glider continued climbing towards them. Don't be scared, Amane. We'll soon reach it. The promise I made with Iska. Don't be scared, baby. Imagine if it was you and her right now. She would be fucking going ape shit. One more flashback for good measure, I guess. You have to feel the colors deep inside of you. Iska looked like she didn't quite understand what I was saying. I think that was the first time we talked about it. Nobody had ever stood me when I told them about that. They would just look at me like I was weird. That's why I was hesitating to open up about it to Iska. Iska's reaction was different than what I had expected, so I was secretly disappointed. I wanted her to be super fascinated.
1秒だって同じ空なんてないんだ。空の色ってそういうものじゃないか？空の色。
It is an interesting subject. After Iska told me that... sorry, I read that wrong. After Iska told me that, and I looked up again, the endless sky above my head was suddenly tinged with a faint shade of blue. However, there were no parts that were the same. Deep blue, light blue, the sky peeking from between the white clouds was colored with a gentle gradient, and it was changing moment by moment. That was the first time in my life that I had ever noticed the color of the sky. In your entire life.
あの写真綺麗だっただろ？うん。僕はあんな色鮮やかな空を見たことないよ。あの空を飛びたい。あの光に包まれてみたい。あんたと二人でね。いいっすか。
I stood shoulder to shoulder with my best friend and looked up at the same sky. I'm sure my sky still lacked color compared to hers. Even if we stood in the same place, I still couldn't see the sky that she was seeing. But I was able to empathize with her a little, with her desire to fly in the sky. That was the first time since the day when she found the abandoned glider that I could empathize with Iska. Then I had a hunch. Was that part of the music? Sorry, I thought I felt like the game was skipping for a second there. Anyway, if we are able to fly to the morning glory together, I might be able to see Iska's sky. That premonition made my heart race. From that day on, I was looking up at the sky a lot. Senpai? What's wrong, Senpai?
ああ、大丈夫だ。少し見とれていた。
Aoi-kun's voice brought me back from my reminiscences. We were in the middle of a flight right now. I'll take us a little higher.
あ、了解。
The mountain wave was lifting us up quickly. It seemed like it really would take us to a point where we could finally look down at the morning glory. Hell yeah. I was looking at the clouds. The sky was still only dimly lit. There's almost nothing that resembled color there. It was dark, a little gray here and there, and the shadow of the cloud cutting through the sky was black. That day, when Iska disappeared, my world turned monotone again. But after meeting Aoi-kun and the others, the blue color of the sky returned to me little by little. I also had a hunch that I might be able to see the sight Iska wanted to see. Last summer, on the last flight with Aoi-kun, when I saw those clouds up close, even though I was amazed by their brilliance, at the same time I felt a strong despair. Monokuma must have got to me. I thought it was wrong. This wasn't what Iska wanted to show me. Along with that despair, my sky has lost its vividness. Suddenly, a hand from the backseat touched my shoulder. Senpai, you're shivering. I noticed it after he told me. It seemed like I was shivering. What's the matter? Afraid? That was a lie. Afraid. I'm just a normal girl who does things a little different than other people. I couldn't help but be afraid. I deceived you with a dream that I didn't even believe in. It was hard, Amane, to learn the truth. I wanted to be by your side. I want to be your friend. I'm a cowardly liar. Please forget about me. I'm sorry, Amane. I'm afraid to know. Get a grip on yourself. Aren't you going to prove that Iska-san isn't a liar? When Iska-san was writing that letter, she must have been having a rough time. If she had to leave no matter what, she wanted to stay friends with you. I'm sure that's what she thought. Even so, she left that letter behind. Why do you think that is? The reason Iska left that letter? She backed away so she wouldn't get in the way of your future anymore. That's what she wrote, right? But I don't think it was just that. Wasn't she anxious? Whether or not she was fit to be your friend? Iska-san thought she'd been deceiving you the whole time. If she really liked you and wanted to be your friend, that must have been really hard for her. Because it would have been a fake relationship. If her lie was discovered, she could lose your friendship.
そんなことは
Could I really say that wouldn't have happened? In reality, that lie shook me up this much already.
でもその嘘は私がつかせたものだ
I called Iska a genius and treated her like some sort of prophet. She was trying to live up to my expectations and made up a dream she didn't believe in herself. Here's what I think. Iska-san wanted to be your best friend.
どういうことだ
Iska was the one who tried to push me away. Anshan said that, if possible, Iska-san didn't want you to realize that she had a frail body. Because she wanted... Sorry, let me rewrite that because that's not written correctly. Because she wanted to be your friend on equal terms to the end. True, Iska was trying to hide her condition from me. She didn't want me to know about it. She felt guilty to you because she told you that lie. It must have been a heavy burden for her. If she wanted to stay your friend, she would have to tell you the truth.
じゃああの手紙は
After telling you everything, she couldn't expect you to remain her friend. However, if she left without telling you, then Iska-san wouldn't be able to consider herself as your best friend.
イスカは今でも私のことを
Some weird logic there, but it sounds right. Yes, she definitely thinks of you as her best friend. Otherwise, she wouldn't have left the picture of the glider in her room at the sanatorium, right? How about you, Senpai? How do you feel about Iska-san?
今でも一番の親友だ私はイスカのようになりたくて空を目指したその気持ちは今も変わらない
Good. Then let's go. As Aoi-kun said that, he turned the glider and we flew out of the mountain wave. Here we go, baby. To the morning glory. Take me to the clouds above. Actually, take me to above the clouds. Anyway, the forward-swept wings rode on the wind and we descended. The shadow of the black cloud was already right below us. I pointed the nose of the glider in that direction. We have reached a pretty high altitude. The ground was distant and the city lights were shining faintly. Pitch black, immense darkness was stretching out everywhere. It was a monotone scenery I was quite used to by now. A world without colors. Just when I was thinking that... Oh? Here comes the light, baby. Rays of light shone from the eastern sky. It was the morning sun. Oh yeah. It's dawn. All of a sudden, sunlight rose upon the world, and revealed the passage of clouds that stretched across the firmament. Oh yeah. And let the graphics begin! Again. We kinda seen this already, but it's cool. It doesn't mean it ain't pretty to look at again. There it is. The morning in all its glory. Amazing! I could hear Aoi-kun's astonished voice from the back seat. I couldn't say anything, so I just nodded. The passage of clouds was glittering with a golden yellow as the newly risen morning sun shone on it.
色が生まれていく
Along with the start of a new day, the world started shining. We're almost there! We're gonna reach it, Senpai! The glider was slowly descending while it was heading towards the passage of clouds. We're gonna make it!
綺麗ですあれが本物のモーニンググローリーなんだすごいね圧倒されちゃう去年見た雲と全然違う本当に綺麗葵先輩たちもうあそこにいるんでしょうかそうだった葵聞こえる
This is Aoi. I can hear you.
そっちどううまくいってる
Yeah, we reached the morning glory.
了解。じゃあゆっくり楽しんできてね。
Yep, Roger.
もうあそこにいるって。どこかな、見えないかな。雲の上にいるから下からじゃ無理じゃない？いいなあ、私もいつか飛んでみたい。パイロットの資格取らないとね。
Oh, we got some future pilots up in this bitch. Alright. The glider we were riding in was flying above the morning glory. We were able to cross over the passage of clouds by riding the ascending part of the rotor air current. It looks like a road made out of light. The clouds below us that were lit by the morning sunlight looked almost as if they were shining by themselves. The sight was, how can I say it, very... The word that suddenly left my lips surprised even me. Oh yeah. Up until now I had never fully understood what that word meant. So I don't think I had used it very much. But now, when I entrusted myself to my feelings, that word naturally came out. After that, I gazed at the scenery that surrounded us. The panorama of the sky dyed by the sunrise. The morning sun rising on the horizon. The clouds shining a golden yellow between the rays of light. The lake spreading out below in the streets of Kazagara. I felt like I had discovered the truth of the world in an instant. This was the place Iska had wanted to come to. Iska's sky. This scenery was her world. I whispered this spontaneously as I was surrounded by the brilliant sky.
葵先輩たち、今どのあたりかな。もうだいぶ遠くまで行ってるんじゃないかしら。いいな、いいな。グライダーに全員乗れたらいいのに。
Should have built a bigger glider. Just saying.
そしたらハットも連れてってあげられるのに。
fuck Hat. No, he can watch. He can operate the winch. How about that?
どうしてもって言うなら乗せていくこともできたんじゃないかしら。その子だけ。
Nah, dude, the duck was too fat. He would have thrown off everything. Screw that.
まあ、次モーニンググローリーが来るのがいつになるかわからないけど、その時また飛べばいいじゃない。
You might be old ladies by then. Just so you know.
そうね。今日で終わりってわけじゃないし。私とヨルちゃんが卒業するまでにまた現れてくれるかな。
Wishful thinking, but you can hope.
あの人みたいに超留年するとか。やむを得ないかも。
It might be unavoidable. Well, Yoru's gonna be done after 1 year. You know, she's gonna be like, you know, out of there before she actually is old enough.
メールだ。こんな時間に誰からだろう。
Who be sending emails at 4 in the morning? Get out of here.
マジで？どうしたのアゲハ？ほら。やばい。すぐに葵に知らせないと。
Wait, what? What? Is it a bet? Oh, I was crossing over the morning glory while making sure not to leave the updraft. This cloud is like a miracle for glider pilots, because as long as it's here, you can fly as far as you want without losing altitude. Also, there's this view, though! That view, though! A 360-degree view of sunrise colors. It was just like seeing a dream. For a while now, Senpai had been completely engrossed in gazing at the scenery. How is it, Senpai? So you're deeply moved, huh? I asked Senpai jokingly, and she giggled. Iska-san wasn't a liar.
世界はこんなにもたくさんの色に満ちている。けれど、それらは光がないと生まれない。すべての色は光そのものだから。
Well, she scienced really good. Anyway, color comes to life through the reflection of light. All matter has an inherent reflectance. It absorbs some parts of that light, or the light, while it reflects the others. Hence why the sky is always different colors and shit. But anyway. What gets reflected appears as colors. That's why if there's no light, colors don't exist.
私にとっていつかは光のような存在だ。
Well, isn't that just beautiful?
その言葉の一つ一つで私の世界を照らし色を与えてくれた。いつか私にとってまだ
Amane's voice suddenly became mixed with tears. What's wrong?
本当は一緒にいるはずだった人がいない。そのことが私に
Senpai. The promise had been fulfilled, but because of that, her emotions became even stronger. Senpai hung her head and continued crying in silence. We should head back soon. We had flown quite a long distance above the morning glory. I wanted to continue flying like this until the clouds cut off, but we couldn't do that. After all, there might have been no place we could land at that point. Even if there were, it would be hard to get the glider back to the garage. And if there weren't, it could lead to an accident, so I'd rather avoid that. We needed to get back to the runway soon. After I saw Senpai nod, I took us away from the morning glory. And away we go. See you later. The next time you show up, we'll definitely come. As I said those words... What? Agaha's voice rang out through the wireless radio. She seemed quite flustered for some reason. Yeah, what the hell? This is Aoi. I can hear you. What's wrong? We're near the islands. I was just thinking about heading back. This huge lake was dotted with small islands. What is it? Did something happen? Yeah, I can, but... Oh, he's Anchan's with Isuka, isn't he? You know he is. Anchan is... I was a bit suspicious, but I followed Agaha's instructions nonetheless. I passed under the morning glory and headed towards Sazanami Bridge. It's a really long bridge that crosses this huge lake. As it connects the islands that dot the middle of this lake, it's shaped almost like a wave. It's well known not only for the beautiful view, but also because it is a shortcut to Tokyo. Alright. I can see it. Sazanami Bridge. It's just after dawn. There were almost no cars on the bridge. She said Anchan was here, but I looked for him as we flew there, but I couldn't make out much from this height. I guess we should descend a little more. I decreased our altitude and got closer to the bridge. Oi? Someone. Oh, I wonder who someone is. Oi! I barely managed to make out a small truck parked near the entrance of the bridge. The silhouette next to it must have been Anchan. And beside him, there's a girl. Who's that? She was so small it was hard to see, but she didn't seem to be someone I knew. Senpai suddenly opened her eyes wide. Then she placed both her hands on the canopy and stared at the girl. I'm trying. I got us as low as possible while leaving enough altitude to return to the runway. Isuka. Huh? You know it. Aw yeah, baby. Aw yeah. Chill! Finally. Took long enough. Once we found out she was alive, it's a matter of time, right? Chill. Wake me up when this cutscene ends. Oh shit. She got long hair now? What? Wow. She looked good with that long hair though.
ああ、乗ってる。操縦してるのは葵だ。
さっき言ってた五十嵐君の弟みたいな子。
あ
グライダー完成したんだね。
あ、あまねが残した設計図をもとにあいつらが作っちまった。ちゃんと伝統として受け継がれてるよ。バカで無茶なところが。
そうなんだ。
電話つながるかな。
You can try.
もしもし、あまねか。俺
みんな隣にいる人。
イスカだ。さっき無理言って来てもらった。今変わる。
あまね飛んだんだね、僕らのグライダー。私の力じゃ無理だったけど、葵君たちが後輩をちゃんと育てるなんてあんたらしくもない。何を言っているんだ。彼らを連れてきたの君なのに。僕？ああ、君がトビー・ウォソンに残したフライトログを読んで、それで来てくれたんだ、ガレージ。届いてた。ただね、コトリップに飛んだの。そうなんだ。どうだった？雲の上から見る景色は。通りだ。感動した。しないはずなかった。そう見たかった。見ていたよ、ここで。空からじゃないけれど。でも一緒に見てた。あまねと一緒の空を約束したから。嘘つきなんかじゃなかったよ。そんなはずないって、私は最初から分かっていたけどな。調子のいいこと言って。ありがとう、イスカ。私をここへ導いてくれて。ありがとう、あまね。約束を信じてくれて。
Senpai, that's probably our limit.
そうか、分かった。ミスカ、そろそろ滑走路へ戻らないといけない。後で会えるのかな。
Senpai timidly asked into her cell phone. Then she looked relieved and smiled. From that, I knew Isuka-san's answer. On the bridge, Anchan pointed his hand towards Kazagara. That means they'll head to the runway as well. As I understood that, I stopped circling around and headed back to the runway. Alrighty then.
ありがとう、五十嵐君。
何？いいって。それよりあいつら戻るみたいかな。
うん。
俺たちも行こう。
もう少しだけここにいさせて。
いいけど。
見ていたいの。
She wants to see us land or
このグラ
what?
イダーがこの綺麗な空を飛んでるところ、僕らの夢の翼だから。
Alright, we did it! And Isuka-san is here! Now what? Credits roll, the end, no more. No, that would be fucked up. We gotta see Amana and Isuka hug each other. Or not! Is it really gonna roll the credits right now? Don't even. I was joking! Don't play me right now, game. Okay, now to be fair, after the Katori path was finished, it also did this, and then we had like another hour of fucking shit happen, so I'm not gonna act like this is done. Anyway, I guess that's technically the end of the Amane path, even though I know, like I said, once we finished the Katori path, we had a lot more shit going on. At least another hour worth of stuff happened, let's just put it that way. But anyway, yeah, again, so I'm not really gonna outro anything right now, I'm just gonna expect this to roll until we're done, and then we'll get back to the real commentary and reading in a minute. But I guess I can review Amane's path a little bit here since we're pretty much done with it. In terms of, I can at least talk about what I like and don't like or whatever. So I do like this path because we finally got the backstory on the Isuka stuff and more of the relationship between Amane and her. That was really nice, especially since after playing the Katori path first, you're kind of left hanging on the whole Isuka thing, whether she's alive or not or whatever. So if you don't even play this path at all, you're kind of left hanging on that part of the story. So it is nice to fill in those gaps, and and just from a personal attractiveness standpoint, you already knew from the very beginning that of all the girls we could go after, Amane was the one I probably would have leaned towards. Just from the straight looks department. And I don't just mean because she's busty. Just because she's adorable and a brunette and all that. I mean, so is Katori, but I mean, if we're gonna go by that, and then second, so first impression is look, and then second impression is how is their personalities. Amane still would win that in my opinion because she's smart and childish, and that's awesome. That's a adorable combination to like. And like adorably oblivious, all that kind of stuff. So that's more attractive to me for some reason. Not that nothing about Katori is attractive. I'm just saying, if I had to rank it, Amane would still be number one. So, oh well. Anyway, cool. Again, I don't know if this is going to be the finale episode right here because I don't know how much longer this is going to go after this. But I will go ahead and mention right now that I do plan on doing the other paths of the game. So those of you who are wondering if I'm done with this now just because I finished the Amane path, which is the one I wanted to do, we're not done yet. This Let's Play, or Let's Read, shall go on until we have done them all. And I mean done, because the only way a dating simulator really ends is if you've done all the beesies you can. At least if you want to be thorough as you can when you can skip shit. And since this isn't like make you replay things and just let you see all the paths like a visual novel should, I think we can reasonably go through the Agaha path and the twins path, which I think the twin path kind of branches a little bit with both twins, but we'll see how that goes when we get there. But for now, let's see how this one ends, because I already know there's going to be something, right? This isn't just a fin screen and we're done, right? Right?